What's going on, everybody? It's Nick with Facemask Fantasy. I'll be providing Dynasty assets to consider buying or selling over the course of the offseason. So if you like what you see in here from the channel, I only ask that you like the video and subscribe. Today, looking at a running back whose value is on the rise as he potentially steps into the starting job in 2024. The Tennessee Titans are staring down a youth movement across the board, but particularly in their backfield. Longtime starter Derrick Henry figures to move on to a team closer to contention, which gives 2023 third-round pick Tyjae Spears an opportunity to ascend to the top of the depth chart. Spears provided a spark last year as the team's change-of-pace option behind Henry. He totaled 100 carries for 453 yards and 2 touchdowns. The really tantalizing stat is that he caught 52 passes for 385 yards and an additional score. And it was a pretty even distribution. Spears caught at least 4 passes in 8 of 17 games played. Pretty impressive numbers considering he only played on 53% of the team's offensive snaps. Spears was just an RB3 for fantasy purposes, but now it's only a matter of time before Henry officially moves on and clears the way for him to take on a larger role. So, does that make him a buy or sell in Dynasty leagues? Naturally, if the Spears owner in your league is asleep at the wheel, check to see if a second-round pick will get a deal done. Not expecting it will, but you never know. Obviously, the glass-half-full outlook is that Spears proved to be a very good pass catcher out of the backfield despite limited opportunities. He forced a timeshare with Derrick friggin' Henry, something previous Henry backups have failed to even come close to doing. And he was solid as a runner, averaging 4.5 yards per carry behind a Titans offensive line that only ranked 21st in run block win rate according to ESPN analytics. Perhaps most importantly, the Titans have a lot of needs far beyond filling out their backfield. It would figure the team spends premium resources at other positions this offseason and avoids spending dollars in free agency on a veteran back that isn't a factor in a couple years when the Titans hope to be more competitive. Now, the one glass half empty factor is that there will likely be a slew of running backs available in the draft that the Titans could use a day 3 pick on. By every measure, this year's class of running back is considered weak, quote-unquote, compared to previous classes. There aren't slam dunk prospects this year. That might sound good for Spears' prospects on the surface, but it could also mean that the Titans take their time adding backfield depth while still finding a decent option late that they can develop alongside Spears. But as of right now, the only options the team have behind Spears are Julius Chestnut and Hassan Haskins. It's highly unlikely the team goes into the season without adding a player to their running back room. To that point, the Titans hired Bengals offensive coordinator Brian Callahan to be their head coach. During his time in Cincinnati, Callahan regularly deployed satellite backs even with a stud like Joe Mixon in the backfield. Gio Bernard, Samaje Perine, and most recently Chase Brown all have had relatively stable roles under Callahan. So it's fair to consider that Spears might not be headed for a full-fledged bell cow role. Nevertheless, his value is incredibly high. I'm not automatically advocating you sell, but if you can net a first-round pick off of the hype and expectations that are currently surrounding Spears, you should probably take it. Even if it's a late first, there are a ton of strong quarterback and wide receiver prospects in this year's draft that your Dynasty team could hang its hat on. We'll continue, of course, to monitor this situation as it develops, but what do you guys think? Put any thoughts you have in the comment section below, and we can have a conversation about this. Until then, this is Nick with Facemask Fantasy. Thanks for listening.